So, a great morning to all the participants. Friends, we are today taking a session which is like a very much, I know people are asking about global stocks, how one can invest in global stocks, what are the rules, requirement, taxation, and so many things, they are keep asking me. So, this is the reason we have kept a dedicated webinar on a gateway for global stocks. Now, this is a reality, friends. We all know we have been keeping this kind of sessions on IFSC, Give City, because these are the futuristic things that we were keep speaking like 6 months ago also. So please, friend, this is a very important concept and the next biggest thing that has happened in Indian stock market. Okay, and individual Indian resident can also invest in global stocks like Facebook, Tesla, Microsoft, and these are the giants where we can invest in. Okay, so now this is the reality. Okay, so I once again welcome to all the participants. And before I move forward, Philip Capital is our knowledge partner. And let me play a quick video, a quick corporate video of Philip Capital, and post that we will begin with our session just for 2 minutes.
And dreams. What if you could plan your life better? At Philip Capital, we understand every client is unique. Your financial needs evolve over time. An Asian integrated financial house with global operations, we are well versed to address your needs and make your investment journey smoother. Our humble beginnings as a broker in Singapore began in 1975. Today, with more than 5,000 employees across the globe, we serve retail and high net worth individuals, family offices, corporate and institutional customers. Over 1 million clients entrust Philip Capital with more than $35 billion in assets under management. Philip Capital was the first to bring online trading platform Poems to Singapore retail investors in 1996. Today, with our wide range of trading platforms and mobile apps, including Poems 2.0, you can trade conveniently and gain leveraged access to global futures, forex, and bullion. As a strong proponent for investor education, we strive to keep you informed through research reports and charting tools. Seminars and webinars are also regularly held to promote financial literacy. At Philip Capital, we also empower you to monitor your portfolio with MyWealth app. If you lack time to self-monitor, tap on the investment expertise of our professional portfolio managers. Our financial advisors will advise you on investment instruments such as equities or mutual funds available across our network offices. Besides investment goals, you may have protection and saving needs. We offer regular savings plans and a wide range of insurance products to protect you and your loved ones. We can also cater to your estate needs in local and international properties through our property consultancy arm. At Philip Capital, we believe in thinking global and acting local. Our Philip Investor Centers and branches across our network offices are strategically located to offer you a one-stop solution to all your financial needs. We provide solutions with API capabilities, online trading, wealth management platform solutions to over 100 financial institutions across the Asia-Pacific region, enabling our B2B partners and their clients the convenience to trade global markets seamlessly. We also provide advisory solutions on corporate finance matters such as IPO, mezzanine financing, and corporate restructuring. With over 45 years of expertise and growth, fueled by our clients' trust, Philip Capital has grown into an integrated financial house with a growing global presence. We seek to continue to listen, understand, and to make your investment journey smoother. We are your partner in finance.
Friends, okay.
अगर मैं आपको बोलूं कि आप मुझे अपनी जिंदगी के 10 दिन दे दीजिए और इन 10
Perfect. So let me start straight away with our today's webinar that is on Gateway for Global Stocks. And please, this webinar is specific for the information related how one can invest in global stocks and what are the recent rules, that has happened in NSE IFSC. Okay. Now, please keep all your queries ready, friends. You can ask me like on a chat box, or if you want, you can unmute yourself and you can ask. Fine. I have designed this presentation in such a way that I have covered around 14 questions, so that all the queries will get settled in these 14 questions. But if it's still you have any queries, please, without any hesitation, please do ask me. Okay. So now let me start the gateway open for just 1 second. Let me mute. Okay. So yes, friends. So now this is a live image that was happened on last Friday, because last Friday I was at Gift City, and Gift City, this is a NSE IFSC receipt that was launched on last Friday. So 8 stocks that got listed, and you can invest and you can trade in this 8 stocks. Which are these 8 stocks, we'll discuss later. So last Friday, this was the live event. I came to participate, and these are all the authorities of Gift City, NSE, and HDFC Bank. Fine. So let me straight away start with the FAQs, so that you can understand what kind of important things that you need to keep, and what are the important understanding that how an individual can invest, what is the maximum amount, what is the maximum per PAN you can do that. Everything is covered in these 14 questions. If any query is still left out, please, without any hesitation, as I said, please ask me. Fine. So first question would be, what is the maximum amount an Indian resident can invest? Fine. So we all know what is the maximum amount a participant can invest is $2.5 lakh per year per PAN. Okay. So that means any individual can invest till $2.5 lakh. Okay. And that is per PAN. So suppose if you have 4 members in your family, so that means that come to 2.5 lakh per person, multiply by 4. That one you can invest in the global stocks. So who are eligible? Person resident outside India, NRIs, and Indian residents. Who are not, if you are US and Canadian resident or citizen, are not allowed to invest in the IFSC. Fine. So what is the maximum amount? Is $2.5 lakhs per year per PAN. Got it? Second would be, how many stocks, number of stocks which are currently eligible. So guys, we already spoke, it's 8 stocks that are currently eligible in global IFSC or NSE IFSC. Now, very soon it will increase to 50. Okay. Top 50 US stocks would be eligible to get traded on NSE IFSC. And from next year, it will be more than 500 stocks from across the globe. Right? So this is a great thing that come to understand. Currently, it's 8 stocks. Within next 2 to 3 months, because these people are just trying the liquidity, how the things work. If everything goes smoothly, it will increase to 50 stocks, and post next year 500 global stocks. I'm not talking about only US stock. Now suppose if German had some good stock, that will be included in IFSC. If Japanese have some good stock, that will be included. Fine. So this list of stocks will get increased. Plus you can also invest in 5 ETFs. So very soon 5 exchange traded funds will also get listed on NSE IFSC. Okay, so the list will get increased. How an individual can participate? Now this is very important. Okay, because people will do ask, sir, we have an account in Indian Broking Institute. Okay, we have an account with any of your account trading member. That's of no meaning if only that broker is having a registered broker at IFSC. Example. Now let me give you an example. Just 1 second. Now suppose if I am a client of Phillip Capital. Okay, I am a regular client of Phillip Capital. Now if Phillip Capital is having a company, just 1 second, I think it got. So if Phillip Capital is having a registered company at IFSC, then only I can open an account with Phillip Capital and I can trade in global stock. That means I have to open a separate demat account with the registered broker at IFSC. That means a separate KYC, the same KYC that you gave when you had to open Indian account, the same KYC works when you have to work in the global account. Fine. The last is very important. Deposit money in dollars in broker's account. That means in India, if you want to buy Reliance, what you do? You give a check or amount of Indian rupees to broker. Now in IFSC, you have to give a dollar in broker's account. That means you will give Indian rupees and Indian rupees will get converted into the dollars, whatever be the dollar price at that time. Fine. Now suppose if you want to give 1000 rupee, that means 1000 gets divided by 75. Suppose 75 is dollar, that much dollar will get credited in your account. Fine. Simple. So you have to open a separate demat account. If somebody will ask me, will my current demat account is eligible? No, you have to open a separate demat account. Second, a separate KYC work. You have to give your PAN, Aadhaar and all other stuff. Last, you have to deposit dollars in that account. Simple. But that broker has to be a NSE IFSC registered broker. Fine. Example, suppose if you have an account Zerodha, so Zerodha is having Indian entity and Zerodha is also having an IFSC entity. Okay. Philip, Indian entity, Philip is also having an IFSC entity. Okay. So that IFSC entity के वहां पे आपका account खुलेगा. Fine. Coming on to the next questions. Can you do intraday trades in global stocks? The answer is no. What does that mean? Suppose you bought Facebook today and you have to sell Facebook today only, then this is not possible in NSE IFSC because the purpose is not for trading. The purpose is for some minimum investment. Okay. So intraday trading is not allowed. Fine. So keep that thing in mind. So if you want to do intraday, that is not allowed in the global IFSC. Are mutual fund allowed to participate in global stocks at IFSC? No. The answer is, sorry, I was writing this answer, but I'll just make you understand. Currently, mutual funds are not allowed to participate. The reason is because the only LRS scheme, a maximum Indian can invest is just $2.5 lakh. Okay. So this is a very small limit for mutual fund. The mutual fund will soon be allowed, but currently mutual funds are not allowed to invest in global IFSC. Fine. Now this is very important. Who will hold the global stocks? Who will hold means now currently before launching the stocks on IFSC, आप पहले भी global stocks के अंदर buy sell कर सकते थे, but that was a tedious work. Okay, that means if you give order for Facebook, अगर आपने Facebook buy करने के लिए दिया, then instead of coming in your demat account, it used to come in the broker's demat account, but this will not happen in the IFSC. If you give instruction of buying, example for Facebook or any other global stocks, that will directly come into your broker account. No, sorry, directly come into your account, not in the broker's account. Fine. So you will be the owner of that stock. So Facebook अगर आपने buy किया है, so directly it will come in your demat account. Earlier it used to be come in the broker's account. Fine. Seventh question. Are you eligible for the corporate actions or corporate anything that will impact? Example, Facebook ने अगर dividend दिया, या example Tesla gave you some corporate action. Are you eligible for that corporate action? The answer is yes. You are eligible for all the corporate action that जो आप इंडिया के अंदर eligible होते हो वैसे. Fine. So if you are the owner of Facebook, suppose आपने Facebook buy किया, you bought Tesla, you bought any other stocks, and if that stock, that company gives any corporate action, you are entitled to get the benefit. Fine. Any query so far, then I can answer that. Motilal Oswal Fund is there. What is more beneficial? Yes, Dinesh, that is a separate thing. So that is a US 100 fund. That means it will, our fraction. Yes, Jogesh, I was coming on that. Now, how the fractional share will work, everything will work. So everything I'll explain how the fractional share will work. Fine. So demat will be the CDSL. I think you don't need to worry about that thing because the trading member who will open the account already take the CDSL and NSDL membership. Okay. So ultimately CDSL and NSDL only will act as a depository. Fine, I'll come on the fractional shares, then I'll come on that thing. Okay. So Dinesh, coming on your query, Motilal Oswal 100 fund is different compared to this thing because this Motilal Oswal is like a mutual fund. Okay. So it means you are investing in a mutual fund. So this is different. In this, you are directly investing in that stock. Okay. So both are different. Fine. Now coming on the list of brokers. So yes, I'll come on the list of broker registered with IFSC. Fine. I'll show you the list of the registered brokers. Okay. So are you eligible? So we are good with that question now. Just 1 second. Now this is very important, guys. Please give 2 minutes because this is very important. What will be the process? Now what will be the process? Process कैसा रहेगा कि आपने किसी को if you give buy instruction of Facebook आपके अकाउंट तक आएगा कैसे? Because you are not calling the directly US के brokers. You are calling your Indian brokers. So how the full process will work? This is very very important. NSE hired a global market maker. That means exchange, first thing happens, it's always is hired a market maker, global market maker. That means an entity which is having a global name. Example, Citibank, JP Morgan, all those things. Okay. So these global market makers are acted as the market makers, means these players will give the liquidity support in the market. Fine. Now, market maker will buy shares and deposit in the Indian custodian bank. Now, what is the meaning? This market makers, which are the big institution, they buy in bulk of the stocks in their account, and post buying, they will deposit that shares in Indian custodian bank, and HDFC Bank is the Indian custodian bank for NSE IFSC. Fine. Let me mute just 1 second. So that means market maker will buy the stock. Market maker, after buying, deposit those stocks to Indian custodian bank, and that is HDFC Bank for the NSE. Okay. HDFC Bank will convert the shares into depository receipt. Now, this is the important concept. Okay. That means if you suppose give buy instruction of Facebook, you will not get the shares of Facebook, you will get the receipts of Facebook. Same example, Indian depository receipts, ADR, GDR, Infosys, HDFC, they are listed on US stocks. Fine. So if anybody is buying the Infosys, fine, they will get the receipts. Same way in India also, if you are buying Facebook, Tesla or anything, instead of shares, you will get the receipt. Receipts are same equal to shares, but instead of shares, it is considered as the depository receipts. How depository receipts will get calculated? वो यहाँ पे मैंने बताया है. Fine. This depository receipts get deposited into account holder. आपने Facebook ऑर्डर किया, मार्केट मेकर बाय करेगा मार्केट से, गिव द शेयर्स टू इंडियन कस्टोडियन बैंक, एंड ये जो कस्टोडियन बैंक है कन्वर्ट दैट इनटू रिसीप्ट्स और आपके अकाउंट में वो रिसीप्ट्स क्रेडिट कर दो. सिंपल प्रोसेस. ओके. नाउ let me come on this thing. What are the depository receipts? Okay. Now suppose here somebody had asked me about the fraction of shares. So this is considered as the fraction of shares. What does that mean? Now suppose Apple का एक share is $3,000. Now for any individual, it is very difficult to buy one Apple share, because if we convert that into rupees, that comes to around 2 lakh rupees. Okay. So obviously volume will not get shoot up. So that is the concept called depository receipt. Means every share is having a fixed ratio. I'll send you the ratio list also over email. Every share is having a fixed ratio. Now suppose this is a 3,000 stock and the ratio for Apple is 200. That means 3,000 divided by 200. So 1 DR is $15. So in $15 only, you can buy the Apple share of till $15. Okay. Let me explain you again. Suppose example, Tesla is $500 stock. and the ratio is 100. So that means 1 DR is of $5. So you can even buy the stocks if you have $5 in your account. Okay. Now, if somebody is a very wealthy and if somebody wants to buy a full Facebook stock, so that means this many receipts 100 का अगर उसका ratio है, so that means 100 DR will get credited in your account. Just 1 second, let me mute other parts. Fine. Now, what does that mean? Please understand. If you want to buy a full share of Facebook, so current price of Facebook, example 500, and the ratio is 100. Fine. Now, if you order, I don't want to buy in fraction, I want to buy a full one stock of Facebook. So you can even buy the full stock of Facebook of $500, but instead of one share credited, you will get 100 DR credited in your account. Fine. So that is same equivalent to the one share of Facebook. Fine. So this is called the fraction of share. Fraction of shares means NSE had decided a fixed ratio of every stock. Suppose 8 stocks are listed right now. Every stock having a separate ratio. Okay. So suppose the Apple price is 3,000 divided by its ratio. So even in $15, you can participate in Apple. Make sense? Okay. Yes. Now I'll take few queries because there are few queries. LTC and STC. Raj, I was coming on LTC. I was like supposed to discuss. Now let me come on my next slide. I will discuss this. So Dilip, I think my voice is clear. Participants, Nishanji, should we deposit full 2.5 lakh when opening account? No, Karthik, you don't need to deposit full 2.5 lakhs. You can deposit $500, $200, or even $15. It's not like full 2.5 lakh dollars you have to deposit. That's the maximum that you can do in 1 year. You can even start with $10. Fine. This concept, guys, please understand. I don't want to say the name, but this concept is automatically comes from the Bitcoin or from the cryptocurrency, because you can buy cryptocurrencies in fractions. Currently, price of crypto is $36,000. Nobody can buy that. So that is why it comes under fractions also. So same thing happened in this IFSC. Make sense? Only cash, absolutely only cash is allowed. Okay, only cash, a cash market is allowed, no derivatives, because Indian resident cannot do derivatives in global stocks. We need to open demat with HDFC. No, because you don't need to open an account with HDFC. NSE has opened an account with HDFC. You don't need to open an account only with HDFC. There are multiple brokers, like example, Phillip Capital, Zarotha, Angel. These are the brokers which are already having registered IFSC membership. Fine. So you will open an account with this registered brokers. That's it. Okay. So I think other currency fluctuation effect the return. I think absolutely. Yes, ICICI is also having. Yes, absolutely. Yes, currency fluctuation will impact the return. Obviously, currency fluctuation, because you are buying in dollars, and you will, if you want to execute your trade, तो आपको dollars ही मिलेंगे. At that time, if rupee is appreciated, that is something different. Fine. How we can trade in global market? Because you cannot trade in global markets unless you open. If you are a resident of any global market ka, suppose if you are a resident of Dubai, you can open an account in Dubai and you can trade in Dubai. But being an Indian resident, legally you cannot trade, or legally you cannot do derivatives. Fine. Fine. I think this is so far is clear. 10th is who will govern the IFSC body. So in India, SEBI is the authority. In IFSC, it's IFSCA authority, a separate government or separate governing authority that will run the IFSC, that is called IFSCA. So in India, the financial market is regulated by SEBI. In IFSC, in GIFT City, it will be regulated by the IFSCA authority. Fine. So a separate body is already formed. Now I'm coming on the last slide. That means what are the trading hours? So market will open at 7 p.m. at evening and it will get closed at 1:30 a.m. Sorry, that's not p.m. That's a.m. Fine. So it will open at 7 p.m. and close at 1:30 a.m. So that means 6 and 6.5 hours. So that is the timing for investment in global stocks. Fine. So total will be market will open at evening 7 and close at 1:30 a.m. Now this is again an important thing. What would be the settlement period? The settlement period is T plus 3 days. That means in India, it's so far T plus 1 now. Earlier it was T plus 2. In IFSC, it is T plus 3 days. That means you will get settlement after 3 days. Fine. So if you gave order on Monday, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So your settlement will happen on Thursday. So T plus 3 is the settlement period in IFSC. Now, somebody had asked me about taxation on global stocks. So please understand LTCG is of 36 months. That means 3 years. Okay. So long-term capital gain is for 3 years. So if you hold and trade less than 3 years, suppose आपने Facebook आज buy किया and you sold after 8 months, 9 months, then taxation as per the income tax slab. जो भी आपका income tax slab है, उसके हिसाब से आपको taxation लगे. Fine. Suppose I bought example 500 shares of Tesla and if I sold it around 600, so 100 rupees का जो tax है, $100 का, that will be get charged as per the income tax slab जिसके अंदर आपका fall होता है 10, 20 or 30%, whatever be your income tax. Fine. Yes, absolutely. It is 1:30 a.m. As I said, it's a typo error. It's 1:30 a.m. It's not 1:30 p.m. Which segment we trade? Which segment means because it's not segment. These are the stocks. Okay. These are the stocks that you're going to trade. So that is the cash market segment. Is this income tax slab for Indian or US tax? It's Indian tax ka. US tax ka nahi lagega. We will get charged as per the Indian tax ka. Fine. So I think how long we hold stock. So T plus 3 is the settlement period. But if you want, T plus 3 is the answer. Fine. What happened? I think how can we trade in global market? I think we have already answered currency fluctuation. How about the dividend issued by this share and are they paid? Yes, as I already spoke, any corporate action, you will get the benefit. Okay. Yes, because no problem. You can listen this video on YouTube also. Fine. So any dividend issued or any corporate action by the company, you are entitled to get the benefit. Make sense? Yes, absolutely, Nilesh. Intraday is not possible. Fine. Intraday is not possible, guys. Please understand, we are not that expert. Understand this thing. This is the logic behind this IFSC. Please consider that thing because this is not for this market is not for the intraday trading. This is something called for the investment. Okay. Because if you are buying a $15 shares or $15 ka investment in example, we spoke about Apple, then what gain you are supposed to get? Just imagine that you will get your answer according to whether to do intraday or not. Where can we monitor share? So Dinesh, you will get the live screen on your mobile only. Fine. So every broker is making a separate mobile app जिसके अंदर you have to just click. जैसे इंडिया के अंदर आप क्लिक करते हो तो इंडियन स्टॉक्स आते हैं. Same click on global stocks, you will get the global stocks का buy sell. Fine. We can buy and hold in Demat for long term. Absolutely, because as far as the company is listed, you can buy and hold it. If you want, you can even sell in 5 days, 10 days, 20 days. That is up to you. Fine. So yes, where we can monitor, I've answered T plus 3 as per market for, I think, Raj, T plus 3 days as per our market or US market. T plus 3 is as per our market. T plus 3 is the timing in IFS settlement period. Okay. And that will get reduced eventually if we get more mature. Fine. Yes, participants, any more queries on this global stocks, how we can trade it, because list who are the brokers and what are the companies that are currently listed. I'll mail you the separate thing. Okay, I do have that in my PDF, so I'll attach the PDF with the presentation. So you will get the brokers list, you will get the list of stocks and which are the next 50 stocks that going to list. Fine. So any other query, guys, that you want me to clear it? I think most of the queries we have already answered. What is the maximum amount? Who are eligible? What are the number of stocks? Process I've already explained. You have to open a separate demat account with your broker. Okay. Can you do intraday trading? Yes. No, you cannot do intraday trade in global stock. Mutual funds are not allowed. As I said, okay. Who will hold these stocks? So currently only you are the owner of that stock. So you will have to hold in your demat account. Earlier, it used to be the broker's account. Any corporate action, yes, you are eligible to get all the rights, all the corporate entitlement benefit. I've explained you the process. So the concept called market maker will buy these stocks from the US. That market maker will give the shares to the Indian custody, that is HDFC Bank. That HDFC Bank will convert the share into receipts. And after converting, you will get the receipt in your account. Fine. What is the concept of receipt? I've already explained. Every stock is having a fixed ratio. Okay. Fine. So suppose 3000 is Apple stock, 200 is the ratio. That means one DR is of $15. Okay. So even in $15, you can trade in Apple stock. So that is not, so I think Karthik had asked the questions, do we need to invest full 2.5 lakh US dollars? No, you can even start with $15, $5, $10, 20, 25, any dollars that you want. Fine. Who will govern the IFSC body? So as I said, it's not SEBI, it will be the separate body called IFSCA. I've explained the trading hours, 7 p.m. to 1:30 a.m. T+3 the settlement period, and these are the taxation on the global stock. So 3 years is the LTC. And if you are selling before that, you will get tax as per your income tax custom. Simple. What is brokerage? So brokerage is something, that is being designed by this broker. Okay. So I cannot comment on the brokerage part, because what brokerage that they will charge, that you have to discuss with your broker. What are likely charges for? So there is no STT, Subhashji. Fine. There is no STT, only brokerage and taxation you have to give. That's it. So there will be no STT charges for you. Okay. Thanks. I think I missed that STT part. Can we do SIP? Absolutely, sir. You can do SIP, Dineshji. It's the best part. That thing that you can start SIP or anything in the stock. How can we trade intraday in global market? Anyone can help. I think that's something different, like difficult to answer, because you have to open a separate demat account. If you are a resident in any out of the country, then only you can open an account and do the intraday. Any gain loss in Indian rupees? No, absolutely no. Any gain loss will be only in dollars. Okay. So suppose if 3000 ke andar, if you bought a Tesla share of $500, if it turns to 505, so your profit will be $5. Okay. No Indian rupee ka wahan pe transaction hoga. So $5 hoga your profit. And once that $5 ko aap India mein laate ho, that will convert into multiply by rupees, and you will get the in your Indian bank account. So aapko sirf dollars mein hi profit loss hoga. Fine. So I think I have answered. Is there any tax in US like STT? As I said, Dineshji, no STT. Okay. The settlement 3 days on the day of the settlement will be T+3 days exchange date or the day shares are sold. So the settlement will be the T+3 days on the day that you will going to sold it, Karthik. Okay. That you are going to sold it on that day, ही आपका जो exchange rate होगा, that will be your settlement. Okay. So I think participants, we had discussed, no problem, Karthik, appreciate your question. So we had discussed so many, any taxation on foreign currency gain. No, Raj, there will not be any taxation on foreign currency gain, because if you bought at 75, अगर आपके टाइम पे 77 हो गया, so that will not be a taxation part. Okay, fine. So yes, participants, I think most of the questions have been answered. Fine. So thank you so much, participants. Thank you so much for your time. And if any queries is still